Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Something more sound is coming.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. This sound is coming. Something more sound is okay. Hare Krishna. Okay. So we are on verse number 8. We have to discuss little bit. Some purport part is remaining, so we'll discuss that. Okay. You can hear me, right? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, now I can hear. I mean, we can hear. Before it was very low.
Okay. Now okay, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
now.
Yes, Prabhuji.
नम ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणे. Hare Krishna. So we are on Nectar of Instruction, verse number 8. Last week we read the purport. We discussed the purport little bit and some part of the purport is remaining. So we'll check that and then afterwards we'll see how much time remains. Okay. So verse 8 is Tannam Rupa Charitadi Sukha Kirtananu Smrutyo Kramena Rasana Manasi Niyoja Tishtan Vraje Tadanuragi Jananugami Kalam Nayedakhilam Iti Upadesha Saram. So this is the sar of all the Upadesh. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. The essence of all advice is that one should utilize one's full time, 24 hours a day, in nicely chanting and remembering the Lord's divine name, transcendental form, qualities, and eternal pastimes, thereby gradually engaging one's tongue and mind. In this way, one should reside in Vraja, Golok, Vrindavan Dham, and serve Krishna under the guidance of devotees. One should follow in the footsteps of Lord's devotees who are deeply attached to his devotional service. So this is the verse, and Goswami is telling us that we should apply 24 hours a day. So we discussed last week why 24 hours a day. Just 1 minute. Because there are so many impressions of past life and they keep bothering us and making us mistakes, and we are not able to tolerate them. So that's why 24 hours a day, if we engage the tongue and mind, then somehow that time for creating mistakes will be lesser and lesser. And we also discussed that of course it is not very easy to do 24 hours a day with our other responsibilities and lifestyles, but we should try maximum possible. And living in Vraja, we discussed that wherever there is there are devotees, they are chanting, and wherever there is temple, Srila Prabhupada said that is Vrindavan. That's why Srila Prabhupada went out of Vrindavan and went to US for preaching on this verse. And then this is Bhakti Rasamrut Sindhu verse. One Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, one has mentions for this verse One who has not yet developed interest in Krishna consciousness should give up all material motives and train his mind by following progressive regulative principles, namely chanting and remembering Krishna, his name, form, quality, pastimes, and so forth. In this way, developing a taste for such thing, one should try to live in Vrindavan and pass this time constantly remembering Krishna. This is the sum and total of all instructions. So here we till here I think we talked, and now this part of the purport is very interesting. Okay, because there is always some devotees. I mentioned that some devotees, some people ask about the so Siddha Deha, and I am worshipping in my Siddha Deha. I am in Samadhi, right? So here, uh, Srila Prabhupada gives description. What is this? When this stage of Samadhi comes and how it comes, right? In neophyte stage, one should always engage in hearing Krishna Katha. This is called Shravanadas, the stage of hearing. By constantly hearing the transcendental holy name of Krishna and hearing his transcendental form, qualities, and pastimes, one can attain a stage of acceptance, that is Vananadas. So, this requires constant hearing. So, first start hearing, then constant hearing, that is Vananadas, Varana Dasha. Shravana Dasha, Varana Dasha. When one attains this stage, he becomes attached to hearing Krishna Katha, and one is able to chant in ecstasy. He attains the stage Smaranavastha, the stage of remembering. Recollection, absorption, meditation, constant remembrance, and trust are the five items of progressive Krishna Smaran. So, Krishna Smaran also has so many levels. At first, remembrance of Krishna may be interrupted at intervals, but later remembrance proceeds uninterrupted. When the remembrance is uninterrupted, it becomes concentrated and is called meditation. When meditation expands and becomes constant, it is anusmruti. By uninterrupted, unceasing anusmruti, one enters into stage of samadhi or spiritual trance. After smarana dasha or samadhi has fully developed, the soul comes to understand his original constitutional position. At that time, he can perfectly and clearly understand his relationship with Krishna. It's called Sampatti Dasha, the perfection of life. So, Samadhi is a very high level of service. So before that, maybe at our level, my level, it's hearing Krishna Katha, because our hearing also is not constant. It's interrupted. So maybe it's still Shravana Dasa, uh, because we have to develop the test for hearing, and when we develop the test and then constantly hear, that is Varana Dasha. So at least need to reach this stage where you are constantly hearing about Krishna. And then we attach to Krishna Katha. So these different stages, right, is gradual progression, right? Shravan Dasa. This is not Dasa, Shravan Dasha, because I cannot type S as Sha. So first we need to start constantly hearing, then we get attached to hearing about Krishna. And then Smarana, remembering. So remembering involves this recollection, absorption, meditation, constant trance. So remembering about Krishna constantly also is uh, a challenge or is a practice, uh, because of our engagement in several things. See, if we are staying in temple, or if you are doing 24 hours only devotional activities, the remembrance and absorption and constant remembrance is a little bit easier because of the services or because of the engagements. And that's why Srila Prabhupada established so many temples. Right? There are some uh, arguments or can people give na, that views that in this Kali Yuga, because maintaining the temple is becoming more and more difficult, uh, financially and other resource wise. You can see in Japan, we can see the Buddhist temples and shrines. Nobody is there. They are closed. They open only once or twice because it's not easy to maintain them. But Srila Prabhupada established temple and worship in the temples in such a way that just maintaining the temple or maintaining the services in the temple itself, person has to think, has to engage his mind and intelligence. uh, so people say like, why we need so many temples? It can be done separately at small centers and all. Yeah, that is of course there. Everything is possible, and there are different ways of doing it. But Srila Prabhupada's vision was so strong, and he thought of people of Kali Yuga, uh, that uh, at certain point of time, uh, as now we are having this class online, right? So these things are going to increase more and more. And Srila Prabhupada established the temples so that there will be at least one place or two places or three places where a person can go physically, and engage himself. So these places are required. Otherwise, why people are traveling here and there, right? To the hill station, to the onsen, to different places, because we need physical presence and physical interactions. So temple is that place. So Srila Prabhupada knew that as the time passes, it will be very difficult for people to focus. Uh, so even if we spend 1 day or 2 day or sometime in temple daily or weekly, it's going to change. And the place, TTs and the worship has its own energy. Mm. So in there, the absorption, meditation is little bit easier as compared to if there is nothing, right? So that's why Srila Prabhupada also mentioned that please establish temples and centers everywhere. So your house also is temple. You establish the worship. Uh, the reason is this, so that we constantly think, uh, and smaranam increases. So smaranam should come naturally. Uh, so then it becomes meditation, the next stage, uninterrupted. Uh, so, uh, and when it is uninterrupted, then actually we meditate on something constantly. So meditation, like physical meditation, people do for 1 hour, 2 hours. Some people sit for 2 hours continuously. That is also one type of meditation, and that is also has its own advantages. Okay, last week we were discussing like whatever we remember at the end of the life, that's what we are going. That's where we are going to go, and that does not happen in one moment. In special cases only it happens, but normal cases, it's the whole life that will decide where we will go. And we are already creating our subtle body by sending the messages from the gross body, our interest, uh, positive, negative, everything that's going continuously into the subtle body, and it's already creating some inclination for the next life. So I told like last week, like for me also it is, I know what's happening. Okay, as you grow in bhakti, as you grow in age, you can understand what's happening with your life and your mentality and your intelligence, how your thought process is changing, how the body is changing. And if you are little bit meditating, normal meditation, that you sit and you close the eyes and you sit for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, automatically the thoughts start coming, right? Different thoughts start coming, and with those thoughts actually we can identify what's happening with our life. Or even if you don't sit for meditation, you wake up and you are doing your regular activities, and you are traveling or you are sitting, you are talking with somebody, at that time also something is going on in your subconscious mind and thoughts are coming. What are those thoughts coming? What we remember from yesterday? uh, or from there, actually, those images are already being sent into the subtle body. That's why you remember them next day. Some, you don't remember each and everything, but you remember some particular instances, some particular conversation, some particular video, some particular uh, interview that you suddenly remember when you are talking with or doing something. So that is the image already gone into your subtle body. uh, so from there we can judge what's happening, right? So Rupa Goswami says, so don't give that opportunity. Think of Krishna. So the thoughts also should naturally come about Krishna, and that is what meditation. Yeah? And when it is uninterrupted, that means even if you are doing something in the background, you are always remembering Krishna, thinking Krishna. uh, So that is uninterrupted, that is meditation. And when that meditation goes deep, more and more deep, like initially maybe you just remember Krishna, some pastime, but then you remember different pastimes. Then there are Sis Goswami stories in which Sis Goswamis are meditating at Radha Kund, or different Vrindavan places in Vrindavan, and they are serving in meditation. So that becomes samadhi. So you not only remember, but you start serving Krishna in your meditation, and that is called samadhi. That is fully spiritual trance, uninterrupted. And there you know what is your service. So that is what Siddha Deha is. That what is your spiritual body, and what is the my relationship with Krishna, how I serve Krishna in the spiritual world, or how if I should maintain the same mood here now. So this stage of understanding your relationship with Krishna is not such a easy step. And so that people will just come and say, I know my Siddha Deha, my Guru told. So it has to come from inside. And then you understand. So this is one point that I wanted to share, that please be very alert when we are doing bhakti also. And association, with whom we associate, very important, because that will create the impressions. And devotee association, of course, is better than the normal association where there is no discussion about Krishna or no relationship to Krishna. But in devotee association also, you have to be very selective, and how you associate with each person, each devotee. You have to be very intelligent and diligent in doing all those things, because those impressions are going. Even not impressions, even certain persons or certain personalities also go in our subtle body. About this image, about those persons, the figure as it is goes. Figure goes, but it goes with the nature of that particular. Some we like some devotees so much, and we are inspired by them. So then they are in our subtle mind, and they are also there. There are some people who we don't like, who are creating disturbances and who are frustrating us. Those are also there. So that's why, like we say, like sir, sometimes, oh, I have met this person, this situation sometime before, but that's coming from some lifetime, right? So it's very um, at this stage, at least, where we are bound to get attracted by all these things, we should be very careful. So when we naturally start remembering Krishna, naturally only think about Krishna, even if I am doing work, I do my work, whatever I am doing, very seriously and honestly, but still in the background I am always thinking about Krishna. How we know this? That the situations around you does not disturb you. Of course, on the spot reactions are there. You becoming angry, you becoming frustrated. That's going to happen because we are human. Devotee is also human. So there will be reactions. It is not expected that you never get angry. That is possible for Nityananda Prabhu. Akrodha Paramananda. Nityananda Prabhu never gets angry. But not for normal people like us who are doing sadhana bhakti. So their emotions will be coming up. Devotees are not emotionless. We have emotions. So emotions will come up. But the purpose is clear, to remember Krishna. So in the last paragraph of this shloka, Srila Prabhupada mentions this. Chaitanya Charitamrita advises those who are neophyte to give up all kind of motivated desires and simply engage in regulative devotional service of the Lord according to directions of scriptures. In this way, a neophyte can gradually develop attachment for Krishna's name, fame, form, qualities, so forth. When one has developed such attachment, he can spontaneously serve the lotus feet of Krishna even without following regulative principles. This stage is called Raga Bhakti or devotional service in spontaneous love. At this stage, the devotee can follow in the footsteps of one of the eternal associates of Krishna in Vrindavan. This is called Raganuga Bhakti. Raganuga Bhakti or spontaneous devotional service can be executed in Shantarasa when one aspires to be like Krishna's cow, or the stick or flute in the hand of Krishna, or flowers around Krishna's neck. In the Dasya Rasa, one follows in the footsteps of servants like Chitraka, Patraka, or Raktaka. In the friendly Sakya Rasa, one can become a friend like Baldev, Sridama, or Sudama. In Vatsalya Rasa, characterized by parental affection, one can become like Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. And in the Madhurya Rasa, characterized by conjugal love, one can become like Srimati Radharani and her lady friends such as Lalita and her serving maids, Manjaris like Rupa and Rati. This is the essence of all instructions in the matter of devotional service. So, uh, five rasas are there, relationships are there, but Srila Prabhupada or Chaitanya Charitamrita mentions we follow the rules, regulative devotional service. So in temple we have Vaidhi Bhakti, right? Different rules are set for offering, at home also. Different timings of offering. So all this we need to follow. Why? To develop attachment, which will be gradual. So if you are not living in temple, if you are living at home, it looks like okay, it's very difficult. No, but at home you have deities, you have photo, so you treat, not treat, the photo or deity are also there. So it's all your faith, right? So you serve the deities that you have, you serve the photos that you have, uh, and complete faith in that will develop attachment. So we have to develop an attachment, and when we develop attachment for Krishna, automatically the other problems or disturbances will be gone without us doing any extra efforts. And the problem that we are having, the disturbances and everything, is because the attachment to Krishna is less. Attachment to the material things is more. That is our problem. That is my problem. You everybody can judge. So I know I am attached to what and how. I know how my mind or consciousness or intelligence, even if I am determined not to do certain things, I do those things. And I know how my mind tricks me and how I fall into that trap of mind every time I create the mistake. Huh? But I know that that urge or that inclination is so strong that I am helpless, and I do the mistakes. Why this happened? Because my attachment to Krishna is less. If my attachment to Krishna is more, then I will naturally not go in that direction. But if I am going in that direction, that means my problem is there. So we have to follow the rules, uh, and don't try to be like I am something great devotee, I can directly do Raga Bhakti. No, it is spontaneously serving Krishna. Even if there is no principle, spontaneously you remember Krishna, spontaneously you do everything for Krishna. That has to come from inside. That comes from deep attachment to Krishna and love for Krishna. Right? So Brajavasis, Dhamvasis who were born there, if you go, you can feel their love for Krishna or Radharani or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. You can feel that energy that yeah, these people are little bit different, not like me. They have certain humbleness, certain softness, and they have certain attachment and dependence on Radha, Krishna, Radha and Krishna, or Nityananda Prabhu, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You can feel that. In Mayapur also, if you go little bit away from our ISKCON temple and in Chaitanya Math or other places, Surbi Kunj, in those places, if you give, you feel very simple Bengali devotees are there. They are doing their chanting and sadhana, very simple, but you can feel that, oh, these people have something that I don't have. So that's why they are born in the dham. So that is their natural inclination. We may not have that natural inclination, but some devotees have natural inclination. You can see that. You can feel that from the energy. So to be with such devotees is a blessing, right? So if you go get association of such devotees, we should be always ready to get that association. Yeah? And association that disturbs us, that that creates problem, that creates mental stress. We have to keep a safe distance, and so that our mind is peaceful, and then we can chant. So these are few points that I wanted to touch upon. That don't take this Raganuga Bhakti, or don't take this constitutional position or a Siddhadeha thing so easily. Uh, Devotees, or there will be opportunities where people will come and they will really. I also got opportunities where people come to me and they say, okay, you come with me and come to my guru, and he will tell you your Siddha Deha, and then you start worshipping. And there are so many. That worship is also not. It's not that that is not based on scriptures or anything. That is also authorized way of practicing. That Babaji is in Radhakund or Puri. They follow that process and because they have deep meditation, smaranam. They are at that stage of the, but not, it's not one person may be there, but it's not that everybody at that stage. So we have to be very careful while going to dhams also. Srila Prabhupada also told his disciples that when you go to dham, just because it is dham, just don't go everywhere and anywhere, and don't just associate with anyone and everyone. No, you follow chanting Hare Krishna and what I am telling, that Srila Prabhupada said, be careful. He also was told them to be careful with his god brothers also. So why we have to be? Because the nature of this Kali Yuga is we naturally become attracted to something and we go along with it, and we forget what we were supposed to do. So Raganuga Bhakti or other things, be very careful. You know your own situation, so judge properly with the help of Guru, with the help of books. Srila Prabhupada has given everything in book. Okay, so if you find that you are getting some problems or getting disturbed or diverting, you have to read more. And then from Srila Prabhupada says, like from the books I will guide everything, and it has everything that is required for Raganuga Bhakti also. So sometimes devotees say, oh no, Srila Prabhupada didn't focus more on Raganuga Bhakti. He focused more on Vaidhi Bhakti. No, but Srila Prabhupada also has given us Bhakti Rasamrut Sindhu, translated that also, which has Raganuga Bhakti. He has written Krishna book. 10th canto is the main place or main part of Bhagavatam where the Raganuga Bhakti devotees also have to focus on Krishna's pastimes. So Srila Prabhupada has given that. So It's not that Srila Prabhupada didn't give. He gave everything to achieve the perfection. Okay, it's how we apply. Okay, so now it's 7:35. We have some more time, but like today is Nityananda Trayodashi, right? So we have program in temple, but Nityananda Prabhu's mercy is required. Okay, it's necessary. Nityananda Prabhu is the Adi Guru because he is the first expansion of Krishna. So he's same like Krishna, different color, uh, different features only. But he is uh, engaged always in Krishna's service, and he is engaged in creating the opportunities, arranging the paraphernalia for the service. So all these dham, spiritual world and material world, and dham and Krishna's paraphernalia like clothes and flute, everything is created from Balram's energy. Right? So Lord Balram is Nityananda Prabhu. Right? So Nityananda Prabhu is our Adi Guru, and he is the Guru of servitorship. So he engages everybody in the service of Krishna. He himself is engaged and he engages others also. So engagement in the service is through Guru. Uh, So Guru is representation of Nityananda Prabhu and Lord Balram, who engages us in our devotional service as per our interest and situation. Mm. So, Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, there are so many very nice bhajans about Nityananda Prabhu's mercy because he is more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Uh, So, if we say Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Mahavadanyaya avatar, the most merciful, but Nityananda Prabhu is more merciful than it because Nityananda Prabhu, we can see in the pastime of Jagai and Madai, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was ready to harm Jagai and Madai. Uh, but Nityananda Prabhu stopped him. Don't do this. You are not supposed to kill or beat or harm anyone in this avatar. Because these people are so fallen, they don't understand about your nature or anything. So you have to be more merciful. So Nityananda Prabhu stopped Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he said, this in Kali Yuga, in this avatar, you're not supposed to use weapons or anything. Only weapon is mantra. So there are other pastimes about Chota Krishna Das or Kala Krishna Das also. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I don't want this devotee to be in my service, he has to go away. But still Nityananda Prabhu with Advaita Acharya and everybody, they find out a way to engage that devotee in some service. So the service was just go from Puri to Mayapur, Navdeep, and convey the message about Gauranga Mahaprabhu to Sachi Mata. That was the service. So he engaged, they engaged devotees, even if they create so many mistakes and problems, they try to engage. But Nityananda Prabhu also made very sure that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that this particular devotee has problem, he made sure that that particular devotee understands that, and that devotee has to reciprocate accordingly. Then Nityananda Prabhu is merciful. But we can see so many examples. Like if we chant every day, if I am able to complete my 16 rounds today, for example, or whatever rounds you decided, how is that possible? We think that I have done my chanting, I completed my chanting. No, but that thought process is little bit not correct. It is because the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu that somehow I was able to complete my chanting. Because otherwise, if the situations and are created in such a way that I cannot chant, it is possible to have those type of situations in which we will not be able to complete our chanting. It is possible. It happens. So, if somehow or other I am completing my decided rounds today, it is mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, right? So, Nityananda Prabhu is mercy on each and everyone. So, now we are doing this class. That is also mercy. There can be so many problems happening so that this class is not possible. But it is happening. We are sitting, you got up, it is very cold, we got up and we say, it's mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. So everything we do in devotional service needs mercy, and that is coming through Nityananda Prabhu. uh, and to the people of Kali Yuga, he is the blessing. He's so adjustive. Means if you consciously observe the devotees and consciously see the nature of devotees, or even in temple or other devotee circle also, if you consciously and intelligently see how they are doing the services, and which way they are doing the services, you can understand that if mercy is not there, Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, no, it's no way it is possible that this person can do this certain service or certain thing. The mercy is there on each and every one of us. That's why it's happening. Of course, everybody's inclination is different. Somebody want to do pure bhakti, somebody want to do mixed bhakti, somebody want to do materialistic bhakti, just try to get the things. It's a type of bhakti, use bhakti, whatever. But that is also happening. Why? Because that person also has the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. So, without looking the qualifications, he gives the mercy. And if Nityananda Prabhu's mercy is there, what can we do? Even if it is wrong, we had this discussion last time, or no, not last time. Some reading in the evening we had, like, is it okay to become demon? Because if we are getting liberation, yeah, but then Krishna has to come to kill you, right? Otherwise you will be in problem. So everything we have to take very intelligently, think of what our thought processes are, right? So impediments will be there, but we have to pray to Nityananda Prabhu that please somehow or other keep your mercy so that I keep doing the things that are required, and I don't do the offenses. So Nityananda Prabhu, I think he forgives our offenses also. Uh, so what he says, Lo Gaurangera Namare, who takes the name, everybody please take name of Gauranga. And whoever takes the name of Gauranga, they are my Jeevan Pran. So whoever takes name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are my life and soul. That is what Nityananda Prabhu is, right? So on this day, uh, we we can pray to Nityananda Prabhu that I am not qualified. I do mistakes. I am stupid that I do same mistakes again and again. I break the rules. I offense the devotees. uh, I offense the people in general, and I do activities which are more worse than Jagai and Madai. Uh, so, but you are very merciful. Somehow or other, keep me always in your service, engage me in your service so that I can continue. Because if we continue, someday we'll get purified of all these things. So whatever lifetime we have, of course we don't know how much life we have remaining, right? So it's always urgency. If we feel that urgency, because I don't know my lifespan, so in a way, this current moment, this moment also is in a moment of urgency where I should be only focused on Krishna. But I take it granted that no, I am not going, my life is still there. I still have 20 years, I still have 50 years in my hand. That's what how we think, but that also we really don't know, but we think that way. So urgency is very high, and we have to understand it and then pray. Then we may not do the mistakes, but the Kali Yuga thing, We never feel the urgency also, where I never feel the urgency, I never feel the necessity. mm, and I take things for granted. It's not good. So somehow or other, this mood has to be developed, and we pray that Nityananda Prabhu please give us that mood of urgency and meditation and deep thinking about Krishna. Right? Engage me always in the service so that I can do something for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or my Guru or Srila Prabhupada. So this is one day where we pray. Last week was Advaita Acharya Prabhu's appearance day. He is the devotee who solved in Mahavishnu's avatar, who solved all the problems by requesting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come. And Nityananda Prabhu is trying to engage everybody in the service of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He goes everywhere and just tells that take name of Gauranga. Right? So please, if possible, pray to Nityananda Prabhu how you want to do the service, how you want to engage, and unalloyed, and we don't want any other motives while doing bhakti. That is also we can pray for bhakti to Nityananda Prabhu, and his mercy is always on each and every one who tries to do bhakti. So that is assured. So now we will stop here. We can take the next verse, ninth verse next time. Any comments or any reflections or any additions anybody will like to add? We have some time.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the wonderful class.
Hare Krishna.
I will constantly try to hear. That is my takeaway today, Prabhuji.
Yeah, not you, we. I also want to hear continuously, but not able to do. But desire is there. Let's hope Nityananda Prabhu gives determination. Yes, Mataji, it is very necessary somehow or other. If no comments, I have something that I am reading, but I found it very interesting, so I will just read it out. Okay, it's from Bhajan Rahasya by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Okay, and it gives guidance how to increase your bhajan based on the Ashtakal Leela. Okay, so here Hare Krishna mantra, about Hare Krishna mantra, it is written a very nice explanation. I will just read. It's not big. It's just one page. येन जन्म शतपूर्वं वासुदेव समर्चिता तन्मुखे हरिनामानि sada tishtanti bharata. So this is by so Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given the purport, and Bhanu Maharaj, His Holiness Bhanu Maharaj, has transferred. Remembering Vishnu to destroy sin is accomplished with great endeavor. Kirtana by vibrating the lips is better than that. O Bharata, the person who has worshipped Vasudeva for 100 lives will have the name of Lord on his lips. Hare Krishna mantra consists of 8 pairs of 16 names. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has explained that the 8 pairs present 8 pairs present the 8 prayers, Shishtashtaka, right? 8 shlokas are there, right? So each shloka is representing mantra. The first pair, Hare Krishna, indicates destruction of avidya. With faith, one should chant Krishna's name. The second pair, Hare Krishna, so Hare Krishna, indicate all of Krishna's Shaktis. One should become attached to bhajan by taking shelter of name in association of devotees. By this bhajan, all the anarthas will be destroyed. When anarthas disappear, steadiness in the name appears. So this also relates to the 9 stages of bhakti, right? So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna indicates that one should steadily, nishtha, chant the names day and night while maintaining pure character as a devotee. So here also day and night, 24 hours. And while maintaining pure character as a devotee. So here the character as a devotee, very important. So devotees will be there in dress, in devotee dresses and behave, but the character is very important. What is the character of that devotee? Uh, so devotees will also have good character, bad character. Okay, it's not that because we are not devotee yet. We are trying to become devotee, right? So we are still at very different level where we create problems. So that one understanding we have to keep, that not every devotee is pure or purified. Uh, Different levels we have. Of course, some may be, some may not be. But we have to understand if it's a pure character as a devotee. Then Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Then second Hare Hare. Indicate that one should perform Nam Sankirtan with Ruchi, inspired by pure bhakti. So inspiration is pure bhakti, no other inspiration. If the other inspirations are there, fine, it's a mixed bhakti. You decide if you want to do mixed bhakti or not. Okay. Then Hare Hare indicate that one should perform Nam Sankirtan Viduchi inspired by bhakti. Then Hare Rama indicates Sankirtan along with Smarana while developing test for pure servitude. So Smarana comes here. Very Ruchi level, its Smaranam is coming. And with pure service attitude. So that pure service attitude is very important. Then Hare Rama indicate chanting with sprout of bhava, with no test for material life and great test for Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Ram Ram indicates taking shelter of Radha's lotus feet in separation with attachment to Madhurya Rasa. And the last Hare Hare indicates attainment of goal, serving Radha and Krishna in prema with mood of gopi during the 8 parts of the day in Vraja. So this explanation is in the first verse, only first chapter of this, where it is mentioning about Shraddha. So how the Shraddha is developed, and for that different verses is there. Very nice book, and very helpful for doing our bhajan, deep bhajan, and very practical tips are there how to do that from different verses. So I thought it's good to read, because it's mentioning about the mantra. And here also Siddha Deha, if without qualification one meditates on one's Siddha Deha, opposite mentality will arise due to lack of Shakti. Right? So here also Bhaktivinoda Thakur very clearly mentions that that one has to become fully qualified for Siddha Deha when the anarthas are destroyed. Here it is said that with the 5th verse, one should choose Siddha Deha, starting to take shelter of Radha's lotus feet in that body. By this verse, one gradually advances. Meditating on 6th verse, this is 6th verse of Shishtastakam. Okay, the anarthas are further destroyed. Then one becomes fully qualified for Siddha Deha. So anarthas are the Siddha Deha. If without qualification one meditates on one Siddha Deha, opposite mentality will develop due to lack of Shakti. If one desires perfection, follow the proper sequence carefully. Observing the character of devotees, become of pure intelligence. If on receiving a Siddha Deha one meditates, one will easily attain joyous service during the 8 parts of the day. Meditate on Shishtashtaka while performing Smarana and Kirtan. Gradually the service during 8 parts of the day will manifest. All the anarthas will go and the treasure of prema will manifest. without giving regard to artha, dharma, kama, moksha. Hmm. So, here also Bhaktivinoda Thakur has very clearly mentioned that without qualification, if you talk about Siddha Deha or something like that, it will create more problems. Hmm. So, be very careful in lifetime. Okay, it's not only today, but full lifetime, our lifetime till we die, how we associate, how we do bhakti. Okay. So, sorry, but I wanted, it was very good. I felt very good, so I thought, okay, let's read this out so that everybody knows. Okay, so if no more points or anything, then we can close for today now, and we'll start the next verse next Saturday. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Babaji.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai,
Jai.
Srila Rupa Goswami ki jai, Nihonji.
Jai.
Prabhuji, can you wait for some time?
Yeah.
You can close that YouTube live once, then we can discuss.
Yeah. Where is that YouTube live stop? Live stream. Live stream